So guys, yesterday we have discussed about the what is this LDAP, right? So we'll see further. Let me share my screen. So we'll discuss a few more details about the LDAP, like LDAP types. There are mainly two types of LDAPs. One is Active Directory. Active Directory. This is Microsoft product. Okay, and second one is second type is not second one. Second type I'm saying Sun Directory derivatives. So you can consider. Okay, let us assume these two are smartphone operating systems. So Active Directory is like iOS. The Sun Directory is like of Android. Okay, why I'm saying Sun Directory is an Android, right? You can see many Android phones like Samsung, Vivo, Xiaomi. So all these are basically Android phones. If you go deep, right? So based upon their company, right, brand, they have customized the Android, right? That's what we know. See, if you take Xiaomi and Samsung phones, both are Android phones only, but the UI, some tweaks they have made, and they made some customizations. Same way, Sun Directory, right? It is open source. Okay, it was an open source. So many brands, right, or identity systems, they have used this Sun Directory is to make their own flavor. Okay, for example, Ping Directory. So this is Ping ID product. Okay, this is Ping ID product. Ping product you can say. Same way we have OUD, Oracle Unified Directory. This is Oracle product. We have OpenDJ. This is ForgeRock product. So what I'm trying to say, right? Since this is an open source, with this each and every company, right, they have developed their own product. If you go and see the folder structure and the other details, right, maximum things, right, they will be the same. I'll show you. So I have this OpenDJ. I have installed, right, this J Explorer. This is OpenDJ. If you go and see the folder structure, right, OpenDJ. So this bat, bin folders, the setup, and the files in the bin, and even the config. See this folder structure. Now let's go and see the Ping directory. Ping directory. Okay, I don't have Ping directory. Let me download Ping directory. Ping directory, right? This is Ping product. So once it downloaded it, I will extract and show you the folder structure. It's also more or less same. Same thing, it will go for the OUD also. Okay, let it download. Yes, Active Directory, right? This is also LDAP only, but this is entirely not entirely. A few means the way how The LDAP works is same between Active Directory and the undirected products. Okay. Here also the data it will be stored in the form of tree structure. There are few differences between these products. Like in Sun versus AD, you can say. So in Sun Directory, right, we have UID, user ID, right? It is stored in the attribute name as UID. So here user ID, right, it will be stored in UID. Whereas in Active Directory, right, it is SAM account name. SAM account name. So user ID, right, in general, it will be stored in SAM account. And here we, okay. And another thing I wanted to say here. So we have these groups. So here three groups are there. Okay, contractors, employee, VPN. So if you see contractors, right, you have only AME is there. If you see employee, in employee group, call.foster only user is there. So VPN, we have few users are there and call.foster, right? If you observe, he is a part of employee group and VPN group. So at the group, so if it is a group DN means the user information, right? It is stored in the attribute name of unique member. At the user level, okay, at the user level, the group information where it will be stored, right? Now something called each member of. Each member of is there, right? This attribute, each member of. Each member of CN equal to contractors. So Amy is a part of each member of this group. So this attribute, right? So basically the user's group information, right? It will be stored in the attribute name as each member of. This is a multi-value attribute base. Okay, this is a multi-value attribute. Multi-value attribute means user can be part of. So this attribute, right? It will hold multiple values. Whereas this SN, given name, these are single value attributes. A person can have only one first name, one last name. Given name means first name. SN means last name. Okay, whereas these groups, right, a user can be a part of multiple groups, right? So that we'll get this is a multi-value attribute. So this attribute name is member of. In Sun Directory, it is member of. Whereas in Active Directory, it is just member of. It is just member of. And another thing, right? Active Directory has additional feature. So Kerberos, Active Directory, it can store Kerberos token. What is the use of this Kerberos token, I can say? So we can implement Kerberos authentication. So what is this Kerberos authentication, right? In real time, we are all mostly will use the Microsoft OS, which is Windows. Right? Mostly our operating system is Windows. How you will log into your system? So if you are not aware, so we have to click the Alt Control Delete and need to enter the username and password. Then only we can unlock the system. You guys know or don't know about that?
Yes, sir. We will do the same.
You'll do the same, right? Okay. Now, so basically what you're doing, you're authenticating into the system over there. You're authenticating with desktop. So if any application is configured as Kerberos authentication, what will happen, right? So if you access, once you unlock from your system, if you access any application with respect to your organization, right, it won't ask you for again login. It will directly take you there. But if you access the same application from your personal machine, it will ask you for login credentials. Have you ever observed that one? Hello?
Sir, can you repeat, sir?
So let's say you are working from your means official desktop. So how you will do? You have to enter the Alt Control Delete. Then you have first you need to
enter the username. And
once you enter the username and password, that's it. You are logging to your system. Now you have access to one web application. You opened your Chrome browser and you have access to one web application. So it won't ask you for credentials. It will take directly to that application, your organization application. But if you access the same application from your personal machine, it will ask you for credentials. Here, what happened, right? Since you are there for that application, this Kerberos token or Kerberos authentication was implemented. So when you implement, what will happen, right? Since you have already logged into the system, right? So when you logged in, right, one Kerberos token will be generated. That Kerberos token will be used authentication for the authentication purpose. So when that Kerberos token will be generated, right? Once you unlock your system, so access management toolset, they will use the token for the Windows authentication. But if you access the same application from your personal machine, the Kerberos token won't be available. Why? Because you are using your personal desktop. So even though that Alt Control Delete, right? Definitely it should be there in Active Directory only. Your user ID, everything, right? It will be there in Active Directory only. So we cannot put our Windows credentials in any of these directories. Only Active Directory only. Since both are Microsoft products, so for Windows credentials, it will be stored in Active Directory only. So that kind of feature, this Kerberos authentication or Windows native authentication, we cannot achieve if you use Sun Directory products. If you use Sun Directory products, right, we cannot achieve this one. So that's why in real time, right, mostly we have two types of users. So let's say, take an example of Airtel. So for Airtel, there are many customers are there, their subscribers. And also within Airtel, many employees also working. So I have two kinds of application. One is the workforce application. So the employees who are working within Airtel, right, we used to call them as workforce. So the others, right, we used to call them as customers. Okay, remember guys, these terms. So workforce, right, who they will mostly access the Airtel apps related to their organization, means within internal apps, you can say. What you will do? You can mostly they will go with the Active Directory backend, most of the cases. The customers, right, they will go with any one of the Sun Directory products, like Ping Directory or OUD, like that. Mostly it is OUD is market leader, that area for the customers. End of the day, the both function the same way, but Active Directory has that additional feature for workforce. You can implement this Windows native authentication for your employees, but not for your customers, right? For customers, that is not at all required, right? That is illogical. Working for an Airtel in the same organization, so Airtel has provided a desktop. So all your activities, you have to do it from the desktop only. So since you are from the desktop, you are accessing few applications. So for that application, yes, we can implement the Kerberos token, Kerberos authentication, or Windows native authentication. But for customers, don't know, right? They won't use our Airtel machines. Cannot implement this one.
Use the Sun Directory.
Yeah, and that is not effective also. That is the reason.
Right.
These are the two main differences. UID, here it is equal to SAM account. Each member of it is excuse me, number of. There might be other additional attributes, but we won't bother about this. But mainly we use these two attributes. These are the two differences we need to highlight. Any questions, guys? Or clear?
Sir, if you don't mind, can you just repeat these? What is UID and is member of? I can able to understand these Active Directory and Sun Directory derivatives, but what is this UID and is member of?
So in Sun directory, right, user ID information, user's user ID, it is stored in the attribute name as UID, the username. See,
Okay.
okay, whereas in Active Directory, the attribute where your username it will be stored is known as SAM account.
Okay.
Okay, in SAM account, it will, okay, let's see, we can install. Okay, is it downloaded? Right, downloaded. See the pin directory. Let's see, we can do this Active Directory server additional.
So we can see the Active Directory server, right?
Mm, I think so. I'm going to add. Mhm, mhm. Not features. Optional features. See, you can install it from. I tried this one previously, but yeah. No, this time waste. So, any questions, guys, on this thing?
No.
So, I'll stop here today, guys. Okay. So, next session, we'll do the installation. So, installation, right? It will take some time. That's why I'm stopping here. So, if you have any questions until now, what we have discussed, just let me know.
Okay. One question, Sheikh. In real time, we used to get only the same kind of scenarios, or it will be changing?
Like what?
I mean, ping directory, ping figure eight,
See,
process
you
creation.
you won't work on this area. You'll
Okay.
work only in this area only. These are all you won't work. This is the only area you'll work.
Access
But
management.
access management. But you should know about these basics. It means to design things, write the authentication, to write the authorization, you should know about these things.
Okay.
But you will work only in this area.
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing, I don't have access for this LDAP also.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You will work only on the access management area. You will just use them. Okay, is it fine?
Yeah, I'm good.
Munir,
Yeah.
tomorrow there is a session.
Tomorrow I don't think so, man. I think we'll continue from Monday.
Monday. Okay.
Yeah. I know today's a short session only. But why means I wanted to coordinate the installation. It will take some time. Okay, it will take more than an hour. So I'll share the recording today. So you got the link right from Gautam? Hello?
Yeah. Which link, Munir? The recording sessions?
Yeah, recording sessions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
You are
use the
receiving
same.
it daily.
Yeah, use the same link. I'll upload this recording also over there.
Okay, fine.
So for Monday, what you can say, right? Mm, just go through this LDAP basics one more time and come. Okay.
Sure,
Go through
sure.
the LDAP basics. Monday session is purely the lab setup. Okay, we'll set up the whole lab. Download the pin file, right? We'll install and we'll download the directory. We'll install and we'll configure. We will connect all the systems. Everything right, same as in my system, right? You will see all these things.
Sure, sure.
Okay, guys. We'll connect on Monday.
Sure.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Okay.